no sugarcoating, honest truth. If you dislike the person that you are in the world that we live in today, it is a form of suffering. It is a form of misery. To constantly criticize yourself, to hate yourself, to look in the mirror and not like the person staring back at you, it is a form of suffering. It is a miserable life that you are living. And you are only going to get more miserable and hate yourself more as time passes. As the woman ages, as she goes through menopause, as you physically start aging, you're going to be more mean to yourself. You're going to find more things wrong with yourself. You're going to pick on your body more because that is the narrative that you are living by. That is the conditioning that is in your mind. That is the hard drive of the mind that you are now running in your everyday life. And the way that the mind works is that it is constantly picking up evidence. It is constantly picking up life experiences to prove whatever theory, whatever narrative you're spewing in your mind. If you hate your body, if you hate your legs, if you feel insecure, if you feel like men treat you one way, if you feel like you are not worthy of certain experiences, the mind, this is how the mind works. It is proven by science at this point, picks up evidence, picks up experiences to prove that theory that's hardwired in your mind. And the reason that you do not like yourself, the reason that you pick on yourself, the reason that you have low self-worth is conditioning. It is propaganda. It is your experiences thus far in your life that have gotten you to where you are today. Why does a person not like themselves? Why does a person feel insecure while another person feels overly confident and loves themselves, right? What have you gone through in your life, whether it's an emotionally neglectful abandonment type of parenting, bad experiences in high school or early adult life when you were, left out or cheated on, or girls were mean to you, you were bullied. Social media, the wave of social media picked up when we were at a young age, right? Comparing ourselves to models online. I don't look like that skinny 5'10" model. Now there's something wrong with my body. Now I feel chunky or whatever it is in my body. I'm going to hardwire that insecurity in my mind and it's going to stick with me. It's conditioning, it's propaganda, the media, the way that they feed us, all these things that we need to be doing to our face, the diets, all the different exercises. It's fed to us. We're conditioned over small little experiences along the way that makes up this woman today that feels like she's not good enough, that feels like she's insecure in her body, that feels like, I'm going to not like myself present day anymore because of all the noise that's gone on in my life thus far that's gotten me to this point. You're chained in your life based off of conditioning. Think about it. When you were 5, 6 years old, did you know self-hatred? Did you know self-criticism? No. You knew a happy-go-lucky little girl. She knows hunger. She knows laughter. She knows giggling. She wants affection and love. And that's really it. These feelings are learned. These emotions, these experiences are learned through the society that we live in today, through the world that we live in. If we all lived on an island in the middle of nowhere and men and women alike were so nice to each other and so sweet to one another, and there was no social media, and every time you walked in the street, you said, "You look amazing. You look so beautiful today. Your body is perfect. You're looking so good." You're constantly being fed that you look amazing. You feel amazing. There's no comparison. Men aren't pitting people against one another. Women aren't pitted against one another. It would be this euphoric, literally empowered, women would love themselves land, right? We wouldn't know the feelings and the emotions that we have today. You're getting that, right? Like you're conditioned to hate yourself. You're conditioned to dislike the person that you are based off of your environment. And it is now stored in the unconscious mind. It is stored in your mind. I'm not going to get so much into the unconscious mind right now because I'm teaching a self-love course and I explained the unconscious mind like A to Z in one of my videos that I'm going to link in the description below. What you need to understand is your self-identity, the reason that you do not like yourself, the reason that you clicked on this video, which is so sad to me, that we live life, we go through life, this one life that we have a beating heart, we have blood running through our veins, like we are on this floating rock, literally a floating rock in the middle of trillions of stars, like magic going on around us. And so many of us, 90% of women on earth today, dislike themselves. They pick themselves apart. They do not enjoy being in this body. They do not enjoy living this life. And I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be very insecure and to be very self-critical and to literally cry every single time I would get ready. And okay, I'm going to give you a good example, okay? I'm going to explain the conditioning of the mind, the way the unconscious mind stores these little things that we hear, these little comparisons that we go through. And then for the rest of our life, we're stuck with this identity in humanity. And we don't realize that we have the power in our hands right in front of us to change our life, to change the trajectory of our life. And if you don't make that active decision right now, if you don't say, you know what, I don't want to go down this train track road that's miserable, that's self-hating, that's self-sabotaging. I'm stuck in an abusive relationship that I feel like I'm better than internally, but I can't leave. I'm stuck at a job that I know that I'm better at. I want to take a leap. I want to, start my business. I want to explore this creative outlet that I have within, but I'm too scared. I have fears of judgment. I'm going to hold myself back. I'm not going to make that leap because I'm so scared of the world around me. I'm in this cage because of the mind. Okay. I heard a comment when I was in high school 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, about my legs. Like a comparison was made, and then that one comment stored in my mind. And from that point forward, I compared myself. I'm 5'2", and I come from a Middle Eastern background of thick mamas. And I had this, it just spiraled into this identity of being insecure about my legs, feeling like my legs were fat or short or all this, the chatter of the mind, the crazy mind, right? It was an identity. I didn't wear skirts. I didn't wear shorts. Every time I put a bikini on, I was uncomfortable. I didn't like taking full body photos. Like it was a stored identity in my mind until I was 28 years old. Okay. I go on this hibernation, like I get offline. It ended up being a self-love journey that I went on that I'm now teaching the course based off my own experience. And I stumbled upon the practice called mirror work. And I started doing mirror work, looking in the mirror, looking at my legs, touching my legs, saying, you know what? I love my legs. I'm so grateful for my body. I love my body so much. Trying to, reprogram the mind. And I didn't really know what I was doing at first. And as my journey as a few months went by, I started seeing myself so differently. I started seeing my body so differently. And it spiraled me into realizing that we have the power to change our identity and we have the power to reprogram this narrative that's stuck in the mind. And my legs are one of my favorite parts of my body now. And it just goes to show that the identity that you stick onto at whatever age, right? It's the experiences that you had when you were young, traumas that you've gone through, trauma that was very heightened states of emotion that caused you to feel a certain type of way, getting cheated on later in your life that all of a sudden it's your fault. And then you start finding flaws in your body, flaws in your face, right? Everyone's experience is going to be different as a woman, but we hold on to the narrative. At 28 years old, I reprogrammed that narrative and I said, I don't want to stick with this script anymore. I don't associate with the person that doesn't like her body, that hates on her body, that's so uncomfortable in her body, that has this body dysmorphia, eating issues. Like, I didn't want to associate with her anymore. And I learned extensively about the mind and where humans store these narratives and why women feel insecure. And when I really simplified it and I understood the power of the unconscious mind and the power that we have as humans to go in and rewrite the unconscious mind, I was actually blown away because you do such easy activities and practices in your everyday life and you associate with the person that you want to become, associating with the person that loves herself, associating with the person that has confidence in her body, that feels good in her body, and realizing that you are chained in your life based off of someone's unhealed son, some man sitting at the top of the propaganda chain feeding you media that he wants you to feel insecure about. You should go inject this part of your face so you feel a little better. You should go on this diet so you feel a little better. You're never going to feel a little better when you get to that point. I used to say, when my hair gets a little longer, I'm going to feel more confident. When I lose a little bit more weight, I'm going to feel more confident. If my butt gets a little bit bigger, I'm going to feel more confident. As soon as you get there, you're not going to feel more confident. You're going to find something else that's wrong with you. You're going to pick on something else about you because your mind is sick. Your mind is trained to not like yourself. Your mind is trained to pick on yourself and find flaws within you. When you train the mind and you say, no, I love this person. I am obsessed with this person. I'm going to take care of this person for the rest of time. I'm going to choose this person until the end of time. You don't function out of a place of self-criticism anymore. You don't function out of a place of self-hatred anymore. When you do go to work out and you take care of your body and you make different choices, whatever you want to do to your little avatar body, it's out of a place of love and respect and this wanting to care for this temple, longevity, and making sure that I'm aging, gracefully, and I'm feeding this body properly because I love this body. I don't hate this body. And taking that power back is the most liberating thing a woman can do in her life. You are chained in your life. You dislike the person that you are, this body that's going to take you to the end of time, God willing, to 60, 70, 80 years old. You dislike her. You dislike getting dressed. You dislike looking in the mirror. You dislike getting ready. You feel uncomfortable in workout classes when you're supposed to be nourishing your body, when you're supposed to be feeling strong. You're constantly picking your body self apart based off of other people's experiences towards you, based off of conditioning, brainwash, essentially, that you've gone through thus far. What are you going to do with that information? What are you going to do with the knowledge that I just fed you? You're going to go back and you're going to continue scrolling. You're going to watch 10 hours of Netflix and you're going to just keep feeding your mind with useless information. And you're going to get older and older and older. You're going to reach 40, 50, 60 years old. And then you're going to be an overweight 70. She had to have been in her 70s or 80s years old woman. Okay. I'm minding my own business at a restaurant. This was 2 years ago. I'm with my partner. She comes up to the table. She's a Middle Eastern woman. She says this in another language. So essentially, she says, at first we kind of thought she was joking, but she goes, "You're so small to me." She's like, "You're so small." And I'm like, thanks. What are you supposed to say that? She looks at my partner and she goes, "Is this what you like? You like this so small? You need," basically saying you need to feed her more. You're looking at me you're so small. Walks away. Okay. I'm sorry. I look 20. Okay, I'm 29 now, but I was wearing no makeup. I look like I'm a 20-year-old girl. Everywhere I go, people think I'm 16. You're going to say at that age to a girl my age, you're going to make a comment like that based off of how insecure and uncomfortable you are in your overweight body, telling that to me? It's sick and it's demented and it's twisted and it's so messed up because of internal suffering that women go through themselves. You get to this point of your life. You compare yourself to younger people. You hate on younger women at that point. You're so uncomfortable yourself. You live a life of misery. You will never be a healthy partner, a healthy mother, a healthy friend towards other people when you suffer internally in this way. You can't. You are constantly projecting onto other people. You are constantly triggered by the next pretty girl, by the next skinny girl, by the next girl who has a beautiful curvy body with a beautiful plump little butt that you don't have. You are constantly triggered and you constantly lash out and act insane. Do you understand the way I was really insecure 2-3 years ago? I went through a lot of trauma, a lot of years of just heaviness that created a woman in me that was just frail and uncomfortable and so insecure. And years later, I went on a self-love journey, and I'm quite literally obsessed with myself, and I'm teaching women how to get to where I am today, reprogramming our mind and understanding that this is hardware in the mind, right? The way that women treat me today, the way that people, it brings out insanity in women. People that don't even know me, people that see me less than once a year, that do not know anything about me, that I have less than 5-minute conversations with, find things in their mind and make up things and end up projecting all of that onto Brenda, because I'm now this person that is a mirror for all the things that you don't like about yourself, the confidence that you do not have in yourself. I know it's not about me. You don't know anything about me. It's not about me personally, obviously. They can't even stand being around me. They can't even stand being in the same room as me because it's such a trigger. That's what happens to the woman when you don't address these things, when you don't look within and you don't like the person that you are. You are constantly, you cannot help it. You don't have control over your emotions that come out. You become a crazy partner. You become a mother that shows their daughter what it feels like and what it looks like to be insecure. Some women end up hating their own daughters. Imagine children that you bring into this world, and then you end up disliking that very seed, that beautiful little girl that you brought into this world, because your mind is sick. We have control to change our life. We can get on this train track and say, you know what? I'm not going down this path anymore. I'm not going down this path of this constant misery of the mind. And I am not going to be chained to this identity based off of the world that we live in today. We're at a time in history where we're not riding horses anymore, and we're not living in small civilizations anymore. And all of a sudden, this wave of social media comes out. All of a sudden, all this information is coming out. We're so overstimulated. There's so much comparison. There's so much noise. My life doesn't look like this. I'm not on this timeline. This girl, it is constant. It's everywhere around us. And it's created people that are paralyzed. It's created people that are so caged, that are so stuck, that they actually just don't know what to do with. They don't know where to go, what to do, that they just constantly are in a state of consumption. They're frozen, and they get more and more and more and more miserable. Most of humanity, if they're not going like this, they're going like this. They're at a downhill trajectory, specifically women. Men, it just sucks to say, but they don't deal with the same aging process, like physical, where everything is kind of, the weight of your appearance is your value in this life. And oddly enough, you get more money in the bank and they keep going up, right? With age. Women don't face that in today's day and age. You have to really set yourself up for a happy, peaceful existence as you age in this life. You don't want to be that type of woman. You don't want to be that type of older woman that functions that way. Life is always going to be a wave. Life is always going to be ups, downs, ups, downs. How are you going to ride the wave? How are you going to face the low moments? How are you going to show up in those low moments that are inevitable in every single person's life? No one's life is an uphill trajectory. No matter how much money you have, no matter how pretty you are, no matter what your body looks like, it's always going to be a wave. How are you going to ride the wave? With fluidity, with ease, with self-love and self-respect, saying, this is a lesson for me. I am learning through this, and I know a high is coming. And what can I take from this? How can I strengthen myself through this experience? Or, poor me. Oh my God, it's happening to me again. It's always me. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. My life sucks. I hate my body. Constant. You become insufferable to be around, quite frankly. Make the decision to choose yourself. Make the decision to take control of your life. Make the decision to understand, if you have a beating heart and you don't know what the unconscious mind is and how the unconscious mind works, you have work to do. You have things to learn in this life. There are more important things than scrolling, being consumed by all this pop culture. It's chatter to keep you where you are. It's chatter to keep you in a means of control. So we can keep profiting, so we can keep making money off your misery, off your insecurity. Are you going to fall into the trap? Are you going to continue perpetuating this cycle, this victimhood, this story? Oh my God, poor me. Oh my God, my this, that. I'm going to go. It really creates women that are so like blind, and so half the world is just sleeping to this. More than half the world, we're asleep and we're not taking control of our lives. That 2-3% of the world that understands, that are futuristically thinking, that understand we have the power right in front of us. We have the power to create the life that we want. We can change our life very quickly. I know a girl she gained a bunch of weight and then she lost all of it recently, had the most insane glow up. And she's one of the most beautiful girls that I know. I'm not even kidding. She's stunning. And her mind has not recalibrated. Her mind does not understand her potential. Her mind does not see her potential. Her mind is stuck in this victimhood mentality, in this arbitrary timelines. My life is not where I want it to be. You know, when you're problematic, like you find the problem and you don't see, which is really difficult. Most of us, I struggle with pessimism. I've been working past that myself. We especially when you go through a lot of trauma, you become very fight or flight, and you focus on the bad. The human is trained to now focus on what's bad to protect themselves, to keep themselves safe, right? These are conscious things that we need to be aware of, that we need to recognize. Oh, I am now functioning this way. Oh, I am now a pessimistic person, which I had to recognize myself. I find the bad in things before I find the good in them. I need to make that switch. We need to be aware of the patterns. She's functioning, my friend, from such a low self-worth mindset. It doesn't matter what her external looks like. She's constantly attracting low vibrational experiences. She's constantly attracting low vibrational men that aren't taking her seriously, that aren't valuing her, that don't want, like, it's in the mind. It's what the mind perceives of you will dictate the rest of your life, will dictate your reality. People have this idea that no matter, if I'm this beautiful girls have it so easy, or people who have money have it so easy, and they're just rich. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything in this life. You find the rich person that's so depressed, that's so anxious, that ends up killing themselves, God forbid. You find the rich person that has such a bad drug abuse problem, that is so miserable, that's constantly injecting their face with the next best thing, that's so uncomfortable in their own skin, they look unrecognizable within a few years because they're so insecure. Then you find the person that has nothing. You find the person that has nothing, and they're so grateful and they're so confident, and they attract beautiful life experiences because of their mindset. You got this. Take control of your life. I'm going to link the video that you're going to watch below. My whole mirror work series. If you are a woman on earth, and men honestly, and you're not practicing in mirror work, you are sleeping on your potential, period. You have potential right under your nose in the comfort of your own home that you can unlock, this version of you that you will unlock if you implement this practice in your everyday routine, okay? Take control of your life and stop falling in the trap of all the bullshit. Everyone is here to learn something. Everyone is here to experience some form of trauma, some form of lesson, right? The greatest traumas, the greatest forms of misery that people come on earth and they face, the universe, God, tests the strongest people. If you lean into it, if you grow from it, if you heal from it, you will become one of the strongest people on earth today. Do not let this life pass you by. Do not let all these things become your narrative and put you in this cage that you will never come out of, and become that woman that wants to pick on a 20-year-old looking girl at a store that's not doing anything, minding her own business, eating her own meal. It's not a cute look. It's disgusting. And we're better than that. We're better than that. We all are these little girls inside. We are these baby girls inside. Access her, feel her, dance in your room, let yourself be free, like experience the good in life, and start connecting with this baby girl that's in you, and you will start to see the world from that point of view. You will start to treat yourself like you are this girl. When I started connecting with her, when I started seeing her, when I started looking into her eyes, I was like, how can I sit here and be this cruel to my body and be this cruel to my face and constantly, I'm crying when I'm getting ready. That's how uncomfortable I was in my own body. Why? You know how fast life is going to go by and we're all going to die? You know how fast it goes by? And it's a long life if you hate yourself through it. It's a long road and it's a miserable road till the end if you function out of a place of self-hatred. I love you, okay? I love you. There's a version of you, if you found this video, if you clicked on this video, that's waiting for you, okay? Everything happens for a reason. Everything is placed perfectly in this life. You have to trust it, okay? There's a calling, there's a reason, there's a version of you that's just waiting to be unleashed, and you have to listen to her, connect with her. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you're going to choose to do the self-love course, please reach out to me. Please, I love the dialogue. This is my life, and I love connecting with you guys. Anything along the way, okay? I love you. Bye.